really like to say thank you to the fans and just people across the country. The support has been unbelievable. Just so many people have reached out, the fan base, the community, the coaching community, and even, like I said, guys in this room.
And with that, we want to welcome you to 6:30 tonight. It is a first-class show of support for the ASU Red Wolves, this time from a football competitor. The Georgia Bulldogs play ASU Saturday, and fans, get this, they urged everyone to wear pink for Wendy. Of course, that's for head coach Blake Anderson's wife, Wendy, who died last month after battling cancer. The idea came from a tweet this morning, and then it gained steam with Georgia fans, their students, alumni, and staff all sharing a photo using the hashtag Wear Pink for Wendy. It reads in part, "We want to show Coach Anderson that regardless of the score on Saturday, he and his family are in our thoughts and prayers. If you're headed to Sanford Stadium on Saturday, please consider wearing at least a little pink in honor of Wendy Anderson. Hashtag Wear Pink for Wendy, hashtag Not Fighting Alone." And those are the two hashtags that you can use throughout this show if you want to share in this conversation. Hayden Belgavy with me now. How often do you see this in sports?
It's something that is truly amazing. I don't think you think in the third week of college football season we're going to see two teams. You know, it's intense, it's a grind, and then you get a message like this.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big credit to Georgia too, but Coach Anderson talked about when we first heard about Wendy 2 years ago, how they're not fighting alone. And this is a key example of that. They've used that hashtag for so long, and I know her fight has come to an end, but it is unbelievable just to see the message that is not just Arkansas. I mean, it's in Georgia could be very well the national champions this year.
Yeah, they could.
They're worrying about this. So I think it's a beautiful message and a really nice sentiment by them.
Of course, you know head coach Anderson. Yeah. You've covered ASU for a long time, and I think this also points to just his character and the integrity that he brings too.
He's a first-class guy. You know, when we first sat down with him back in July at Sunbelt Media Days in New Orleans, we were all there to talk football, but we asked him if he wouldn't mind sitting down, and he was as open as you can be in a difficult time, as what he has called the most difficult time for not only his life, but his kids' life.
You know, we can make this trend all over the nation, hashtag Wear Pink for Wendy. Maybe everybody will do it, who knows.
It would be a fun college football Saturday, to say the least. But Georgia, you know, I'm not a Georgia fan by any means. No. We grew up here, but they're high on the list now.
In case you haven't seen this video, that's Coach Blake Anderson there, surprising his team in Las Vegas this past weekend, showing up to coach, surprisingly, after the devastating loss of his wife, Wendy. An example of resilience in the face of loss, a message that winning isn't everything, but being there and supporting each other is. The Red Wolves would, of course, go on to beat UNLV this past weekend, 43-17. A huge display of good sportsmanship and camaraderie in the college football world, proving that it's just more than a game. It's really a big family. The competitor, the Georgia Bulldogs, asking fans to wear pink for Wendy at their game against ASU this Saturday.
You can only imagine what Wendy's thinking. You know, what she's like, wow, I made a difference to the SEC? To another team?
For real, this was the original tweet today with the hashtag Wear Pink for Wendy, which you can share on social media. And here's Blake Anderson's response, Ed.
Beyond grateful, thank you. He's a man of a few words, but he says them very well. That's pretty much it.
He really does, and the responses have been just so thoughtful. Doesn't matter about the game or rivalry. Sports always brings everyone together because in the end, it's just a game. Again, hashtag Wear Pink for Wendy.
This is a huge display of good sportsmanship and camaraderie in the college football world. You know, that's not very, you don't find that very often. It's more than just a game, it's one big family. Wear pink for Wendy. Wendy, hashtag.
It would be so cool to see the UGA student section decked in pink in support for Arkansas State head coach. Hope we see that. Really hope we see that.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pink out there. And you know, I mean, when I saw Coach walk in to the room, I thought, what a strong man that is.
Yeah.
What a strong man. How do you do that? I mean, it's been 4 months since we lost our daughter, and I'm still crying. How do you do that?
I don't know. Well, he said he bought a refundable ticket And so he didn't know until the last minute. He said he woke up, at 4 a.m., I think, and he said, you know, I don't want to be a detriment. If this is going to hurt the team, if it's going to harm them in any way or make them upset, I don't want to do this. But clearly it jazzed him up.
Well,
I mean,
he was
my goodness,
thinking
they
about
won.
them, and that's what he's always done.
Yeah.
He's a strong guy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Lost in the return of Blake Anderson to the sidelines, and rightfully so, is just how good his Red Wolves played on Saturday against UNLV. A 43-17 thrashing of the Rebels in their own backyard. Now, A-State with 498 yards of total offense, scoring every quarter late Saturday night in the desert, while the defense set the tone early with a pick six, courtesy of Jeremy Smith.
It was a complete game. We made very few mistakes. There are some that we can fix, but all three phases were a factor in the game. To start the game off with a turnover and a touchdown defensively, you couldn't script any better.
And as we draw this newscast to a close, I encourage you to think about this. It's something Blake Anderson said to me during our interview back in July while Wendy continued her cancer fight. We've got to continue to do life. It's easy to be an example for people when things are going great, but how do you respond when your best friend and the person you love is struggling? Just think about the way Coach Anderson lives his life. It's absolutely unbelievable. He has been a positive influence not only on his team, but his town, but his county, but his state, by the region,
nationally.
And now, as we've seen from Georgia, the country.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
How'd you like to see pink everywhere on Saturday? I think
It would.
be great.
I don't care what team wins. I mean, well, ASU. I want you to win. I want ASU to win, obviously. But if we see pink and that normally just red and black Sanford Stadium in between the hedges, what else can you say?
I just wonder what it is about Coach Anderson that draws fans from other schools to this story. I wonder what it is. He's got something.
I think Wendy is your answer.
Yeah.